Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Fearless Training Raw Knowledge Podcast with myself, your host, Alex Connor, where we talk about everything training, nutrition, and lifestyle collectively. And it's another week, and it's another beautiful day here on the GC. That's the Gold Coast of Australia. It's blue skies, the sun is shining. It's hard to live here. It's terrible. It's absolutely disgusting. Now, as you can imagine, it is beautiful weather and it's summer all year round, pretty much, especially for myself, who originates from the UK. However, been away a long time and acclimatized now to much warmer weather. And you get a bit of a snob after a while. You expect it to be warm and beautiful all the time. So we're very fortunate here in the Gold Coast, although it's funny because sometimes the grass isn't always greener, because if it's hot people complain and if it's cold people complain. So it's all about that framing and mindset at the end of the day, I think. However, I'm back with another guest this week, and a couple of weeks ago some of you may have noticed on social, who keep an eye on it, that I spent some time with Nick Jones from Gen-Tec Nutrition. He's the founder, he's the owner, he's the main man, if you like. And we did some filming down at one of my favorite gyms, Hold Your Own, my home from home, if you like, where we were creating some content along with Nutrition Warehouse and myself and Nick with his brand Gen-Tec. And we were trying to educate and put out better, valuable content, which is in essence of people who were short on time, to try and help them train smarter, more intelligently, more efficiently, not only just in the gym, but out of the gym as well. And then we go on to do some more nutrition-based recipes. So keep an eye out for that, because that will be coming along fairly soon. And to be quite honest, I think a lot of you are going to benefit from it, because in this fast-paced world we now find ourselves in, where people are consistently trying to take shortcuts, it definitely helps if you can work a little bit smarter. It's not about taking shortcuts, but it's about finding more effective means to be able to get things done, especially if you are a busy professional or you've got a family where you do have time limitations at this stage in your life. So keep an eye out for that coming very soon. Secondarily, the masterclasses. We have the new series starting soon with myself and Chef Ash. We've partnered up with Icon Kitchens. That's where Ash is based. That's Ashley Galloway. She's one of the very talented chefs there. And I reached out to Peter, one of the owners, a couple of months ago, and I really wanted to provide some more valuable content for clients and people around my local area, which is in Robina, and my gym where I train out of, which is EMF, that's Elite Military Fitness in Robina, which is probably one of the best, if not the best, in my opinion, commercial gyms in Australia at present, and growing very rapidly. Yes, I'm biased, but I did choose that location for a reason, and it does tick a lot of boxes. It's clean cut, it's professional, the service is fantastic, and the equipment is just unparalleled. So keep an eye out for that one. If you've not got your ticket, they are on sale now. You can grab them. I put the link in the description box below. This one is based around quick, easy, and tasty meal and snack ideas that you can use with, again, limited time, no skill, really low effort on your part, and also they're very economical as well. They're cheap, they're easy, they're fast, effective. They're all that good stuff that you want, right? But they're all macroed out, they're all caloried out, and we're going to be in the kitchen. There'll be live tasting. You're going to get to take food home, and then we're going to open it up to the floor, the Q&A, because I want to help the people. So you'll have me, myself, professional chef Ash, nutritionist, etc., and we'll be able to go in and really help you out there with your nutrition, so that you can walk away with some answers and some remedies, if you like, as well as some really tasty food. And that's just the start of a new series of masterclasses, because the next one will be in the kitchen. It's 2 hours, it's immersive, it's fully hands-on. You will be cooking, you will be eating, and you will be enjoying, and you will be walking away with better knowledge. And the reason why I'm doing this is because after years of coaching people, this is where it always falls down. It's the nutrition, because you can do as much work as you want in the gym, but if you're not getting it right on the nutrition front, it's just not going to work. And then don't get me started on sleep. However, as we're on the topic of nutrition, my guest this week, Nick Jones, knows about nutrition. So, for those of you who don't know about Nick, he founded the company Gen-Tec Nutrition in 1999, and he's devoted 33 years of his life to nutrition, health, and the art of bodybuilding. Okay, so first and foremost, Nick Jones is a body recomposition specialist whose goal is always to improve the quality of life and enhance performance through superior nutrition, exercise, and specific supplementation, that of which we go into in this podcast. It was definitely good to understand and get more specific definitions from Nick himself on how the supplements are produced, how to rectify, how to put together a higher quality supplement for the market. And Nick's dedication to bodybuilding has paid dividends as well throughout the past 28 years, as he's been justified by his achievements through local and national and also international platforms. So those of you in the bodybuilding world will be very aware of Nick. His achievements include Mr. World, Mr. Australia, Mr. Australasia, and first runner-up in the prestigious Mr. Universe competition. So he's a bodybuilder, he's a dad, he's a business owner, he's a great guy. I must admit, on a very sincere note, I really enjoyed my time with Nick. We had an amazing laugh. We were just always cracking jokes. There was never a dull moment. We shared a lot of ideas. I learned a lot from him, being someone who has a bit more experience on this planet than me, and I always try and take that experience. So yeah, it was a really enjoyable time, and no doubt there'll be a round two. So guys, listen in with this one. I'm sure you're going to get some golden nuggets out of it. And as always, I will be speaking to you very soon. So enjoy this conversation between myself and world champion bodybuilder, Nick Jones. Nick, welcome to the Fearless Training Raw Knowledge podcast, my friend.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you. It's nice to be here. It's great to be here.
We appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
All right, let's start off as we always do. Talk us through who you are, what you do, a little bit about yourself, your background, whatever you want to share. Give us a bit of an insight into who Nick Jones is.
Well, these days, right now, who am I? I've evolved into a father of three. I have two beautiful daughters, 8 years old, 6.5, and my baby boy just turned 3. So I'm a dad, I'm a business owner. I founded Gen-Tec Nutrition, sports supplement company, nearly 20 years ago. It's gone quick, time flies.
It does.
I'm not a retired bodybuilder. I never say I'm a retired bodybuilder. I'm a former world champion across a couple of federations, both NABBA. I won the world championships in New Zealand in 2000 down in Christchurch. I won class 4, and I won the Muscle Mania overall world championships as a natural bodybuilder in 2006 in Universal Studios in LA. So I hadn't competed for 10 years, and I made a comeback at the start of this year after 10 years. So I can't say that I'm a former Mr. Australasia, because I'm a current Mr. Australasia with the IFBB. I won that title and got awarded a pro card back in March of this year, being 2019. So I'm not a retired bodybuilder, I'm still an avid bodybuilder. I'm a martial artist, I love Arakan martial art. So I guess I'm a lot of things these days, and it's a daily juggle to maintain all of those things, but I'm passionate, I've got to say, about all of them. I'm passionate about my business, very passionate about my family. I've got to say I'm a loving husband as well. That's a role that you can't underestimate. For any blokes out there, you know, you've still got to put time into your relationship, which is very easy to lose sight of that because we're so busy with work, with the children, and then with getting that bit of personal time. So getting my training done, my weight training, my Arakan martial arts. So it's a pretty full lifestyle. That's who I am these days. Where I came from is a very different story. I was born in the UK. We moved to Adelaide when I was just a baby at 18 months old.
Whereabouts in the UK?
I'm an Essex boy, Alex. It might explain a bit about my teenage years and my early 20s, because it's in me without spending any time in Essex. What I've heard about it, I'm definitely an Essex boy, mate. So it's in me.
You can take the man out of Essex, but you can't take the Essex
there
out of the boy,
you go.
Right?
That's right, mate. I've still got that wild streak, which is probably why I like doing martial arts and you know, punching each other in the face and edging each other in the throat on cold winter's nights in Sydney in a car park. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm selling it to you, aren't I?
Yeah.
It's great, mate. You'll love it. Yeah, but I grew up in Adelaide, South Australia, and that's where the majority of my bodybuilding was done. It's a long story to that. You know, my folks split when I was young. I was only 6. Affected me as it does with all children. And I guess back then, it wasn't so common, Alex, you know, so I was one of the few kids that would turn up at sports day with, you know, just my mum, and my dad was never there. So it was probably, it did affect me. So I ended up having to do a lot of personal work because of that. But again, it served me extraordinarily well. I grew up younger, through a lot of hardship, a lot of trouble. I was in trouble with the law quite a lot in my teenage years. And bodybuilding saved me from that, really. And I, you know, we lived in Housing Commission as well in Adelaide. So, you know, there wasn't much money there, you know, and mum, being a single mum, you know, she had to hustle and work full time, as well as try and raise myself and my brother, who's 18 months older than me. So, yeah, and we had no family around because we're from the UK. Mum and dad left the UK, no family followed them. So we had a very, I think it's different now. It was normal to me. I think it's different now because my wife Angela's Greek, and my in-laws are still together, Arthur and Maria, my mother and father-in-law, and they're just the best people. They, you know, they would take a bullet for my kids. They are so family oriented or orientated. That it's just beautiful, and to see a family unit together like that, it's really nice, and it's what I aspire to have. I aspire to work on my marriage, keep my family together, because I know what it's like to have a family split up. I know what it's like to come from a broken home, and I don't want that for my children. So, yeah, I guess I've been inspired in many ways through positives and negatives, and it's all shaped me to who I am today and shaped my philosophies and has given me a life which has been and is extraordinarily rich in so many ways. The good, the bad, the ugly, the depression, the chronic fatigue, the highlights of world championships,